Hello and welcome back to my consistently inconsistent YouTube channel. I am Lauren and today I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup as somebody who is 32, because I know a lot of people have posted like on TikTok and stuff. They're kind of like, I don't know how to do my makeup now that I'm like a little bit older. The makeup that I used to do doesn't look as good. So this is kind of just like what I personally do for myself. I'm also a bridal makeup artist, so I do work on all different like skin types, skin textures, like everything like that. But again, this is just what I feel works best for me. But I think that this would work a lot for like a lot of other people. So that's what we're gonna do here today. First, I don't really wear makeup every single day. I wear it honestly like pretty rarely. If I do wear makeup, it's mostly just mascara, just because like I work also in an office and my office gets like hot and humid and like I just don't want to be bothered. But when I do my makeup, this is what I do. I pretty much just do my everyday moisturizer, my SPF, and then I use like an under eye cream just from like Good Molecules. I'll be honest, anti-aging skincare I don't really have too much of. I do get consistent facials, so I just want to make sure that I'm always taking really good care of my skin, because your makeup will only look as good as your skin looks. So if you're going to invest in anything, invest in like getting either consistent treatments done or just getting like, I don't know, I don't even want to say get like great skincare products. I would say get good skincare and then just make sure you're getting like treatments and stuff. But that's besides the point because I'm not an esthetician, but that's just what I feel like works. With that being said, I have my face moisturized, SPF, eye cream on, or like I use like an eye gel, but it's like $6 from Good Molecules. So you don't have to use these products that I use. These are just what I use. Find what works best for you and utilize them. Utilize what you have. Again, this is just what works best for me. Okay, so I'm just going to pull my bangs back. I don't use a primer necessarily. Sometimes like I do, but for the most part I really don't, especially when I'm just kind of like I'm like, you know, like everyday, like whatever. But when I do use a primer, I really like the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I've used this for years. I use that in my makeup kit. I love it. But for the most part, especially when I'm just doing like an everyday thing, I don't use primer. I don't also do eyeshadow when I do an everyday thing. It's really just like base and mascara, and that's what I'm doing here today. So I really like the NARS tinted, what is this? The Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. My skin is more like oily. It's not as oily as it once was, but it definitely still is kind of oily. So I feel like this works really well with my skin. And I just put a couple of like dots and everything on my face and then just go in with a brush. I'm not looking to cover every single inch of my face, just kind of even out my skin, to be quite honest. Especially like around the nose area where like I can get like a little red, but we're really just kind of laying down a little bit of a base. If I want a little bit more coverage than that, because it is pretty sheer, I'll mix in or just use a foundation. But I have this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, which I really like. I also like the House Labs foundation. I love the Dior Face and Body foundation. I also like the Face Atelier. Luckily, I use a lot of different foundations because I have to try things out for my makeup kit and everything. So I've used a lot, and those are just some of my favorites for like foundations and everything. But if I feel like I want a little bit more coverage, I usually like do the most coverage like on my cheek area and then like sometimes on my chin. But again, I really don't need like a lot, and it's just to like even my face out. Sometimes I don't even bring it all the way up because I have bangs now. So I'll take like my sponge and I'll just kind of like pat that into my face. But realistically, because it is so thin of the amount of liquid I'm putting on my face, it's not like I really need anything. Okay. Then I go in with just like a little under eye concealer. I really like the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. I love that concealer. I don't set my under eyes, so using that was really nice because you could put a little bit and you really don't need to set it. But then my friend, who is also a makeup artist, told me about this concealer. Actually, hold on. Please bear with me while I find the brush that I use. Okay, sorry, we are back. So my friend, who is also a makeup artist, told me about this concealer from NARS, and it's actually an under eye brightener. So this is the NARS Light Reflecting Eye Brightener, and this is in the shade Night Swan. This is the lightest shade that they have. So she said if I really liked that one, I should try this, and I love it. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hands, like truly like the smallest amount. And I really don't have like super dark under eyes or anything, so I don't use this in addition to a concealer. I just use this as my concealer. So I take a little bit and then I just kind of like pat it in the, more so like the inner corner, because that's where like I tend to have, I mean, I think this word, honestly, everybody tends to have the most darkness. Even when I do like my clients' makeup and everything like that, that's where they tend to like hold the most darkness. And if I have to like color correct with like a peach concealer and then conceal, that's what I do for them. But I just do like a little bit like that. I'll blend it out, don't worry. And then a little bit like that. Truly like the thinnest amount, because one thing I find is, you know, when you get a little bit older, you tend to have like a little bit more creasing under the eyes, which it's natural to fucking crease under your eyes. People are like, oh my God, I have creases under my eyes. It's like, yes, like it's like a natural thing, unless you're like 10. Even when I was 10, I'm pretty sure I had creases under my eyes. Like it is what it is. But truly the thinnest amount is gonna be like your friend. Like I am talking like so thin. I know like we like to do the massive amount of concealer, and you could probably still do that and be fine and just like set it. But especially for every day, I just want like a small amount. So I do that, and look, I could leave it like that, but sometimes I'll just take whatever's like left on the back of my hand. And then like if I feel like I want like a little bit more, or if I want to like blend it out, I'll do that. And then I could take my sponge. Again, it's like very blended out as is, but sometimes I just want to like take a little bit, blend anything out. And you can set it if you want to. I just choose to not set it because I like that this particular concealer, and even the NYX Bare With Me concealer, gives like a luminous effect to it. And as long as I blend it out enough and I do a thin enough layer, I don't need to set it. Like it's just, I'm not gonna get like super creasy throughout the day, because I'm literally just putting it, sorry, I'm like looking at myself so I could show, like I literally just put it like in this particular area. I tend to get like a little bit more creasy, like you know, like more so like under here, but I just need like a tiny bit. Okay, next we're going with like the bronzer situation. This is like very, usually when I'm not talking, it goes obviously super quick because I do it all the time. I really like the Patrick Ta, like the bronzer duo, and I even got the brush too because I'm a sucker. So I go in with the cream bronzer, and then I just kind of bronze my face up. And I know what you're thinking, holy shit, that's a lot. Don't worry, we're gonna blend it out. We're gonna blend it. Okay, so we've pressed it in. Take my beauty blender type of thing. This is not a real beauty blender. If you're still buying real beauty blenders, what are you doing? It's 2024. There's dupes everywhere. You don't need to be spending $20 for a sponge. Spend the $20 somewhere else. Okay. So just a little light situation. The camera picks it up way more. Like I really, like it doesn't, like sometimes I feel like the camera just like picks it up like way more. So just kind of like blend it out a little bit. I like the luminosity it gives me. Even though like I'm an oily girl, I like to look a little, you know, glow. So then I just take the regular bronzer that's in there. And again, you don't need these particular products. You could do this with anything that you already have. You don't need to go out and just like buy shit just to buy shit. But yeah. Okay. Then there we go. Bronzed up. So these blushes I'm obsessed with. If you're gonna fucking buy something, buy these. So these are from Dibs Beauty. They're these baked blush duos. I have these in my makeup kit. I actually just got the bronzers and I used them yesterday on my clients for a wedding that I had, and they are just chef's kiss. They're so beautiful. I love to bake baked blush. I love to baked product in general because it gives such a nice finish to the skin. I have like other blushes. Like I do have this duo from Jaclyn Cosmetics that I actually really like, but she fucking went out of business, so like whatever. So these Dibs baked duos are really nice, and then I just take it And I just like, you know, put it on my face like a normal thing would be. And sometimes it's a little messy, but that's okay because we go in and we buff and go. Like we buff things in. Okay, we are blushed. You can do as little or as much as you want. That's the other thing. Do your makeup how you like to do your makeup, how you want to do your makeup. Do your makeup however you want. And then we go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. If you don't want to use this, you could use, again, anything that you have. I like a liquid type of highlight. I feel like it just makes it more dewy. I just feel like it makes it more like skin-like. I also like the In Beauty Project, the face glaze. This is nice too, but honestly, like I just can't get away from this. And I get the mini for myself. I don't wear enough makeup where I need the full size for myself. And then I just take it, I put it on the back of my hand, just kind of like that. Take my sponge and I go over this with powder. And I just kind of use this as my highlight in a way. And then it'll kind of like take down some of that blush too, because you're putting it over the product. So it's like, you know, I mean, you could probably do this before the blush. You don't probably even need to necessarily do this step. This is just what I like to do. Then I do my little nose, my Cupid's bow, because it's what I like. And then if I feel like I want to like go over it, you know, with bronzer, because I'm like, oh my God, I took some of it off. There we go. Now, since I am a little bit oily, I go in with powder. I take a little bit of the Huda powder, fluffy brush, dip my brush, tap off the excess, and I just set it because again, I am a little bit oily. So I do need to kind of like check myself. I get like more oily kind of like on my cheek area. So like I'll take that down. And if you're a little too shiny, just take a little powder. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, that like looks like a lot. Again, it's the camera. It doesn't look like this much on like in person. A little bit on the forehead action. And if you want to be like a little bit more precise, you can take like a smaller brush, you know, an eyeshadow brush, whatever. And then just kind of put it wherever you feel like you need it. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of setting spray, spray my face. And then I'll BRB because I'm going to do my mascara. I really feel like that doesn't need to be shown, so hold on one second. Okay, so I did my mascara, and then I also just did a clear brow gel. I just found this one from e.l.f. and I put it in my brows. The mascara that I use, I really like it. It's the like the Tartelette XL tubing mascara. I like the way that this comes off because I don't want to like scrub my eyes. It just with warm water, it just kind of like peels right off. And then a lot of times, because I am reckless when it comes to my mascara, you can see like I get a lot on here. I just take a Q-tip and it comes like right off. Like wait till your mascara is dry and then it'll just come right off. My eyelashes do tend to stick together a lot with this mascara. I mean, I think it does it with like every fucking mascara, but so I'll just kind of take it off like that. And then on the bottom too, just kind of dusting. But you can see, like, this is what my face, this is what it looks like. I should probably fix that blush, but that's okay. This is just the general look. And then sometimes, like, if I want, like, a little something on my eyes, like, just for, like, every day, I'll just take my bronzer. I think, like, everybody does this, to be honest. And then just kind of, like, dust it more so, like, in the crease a little bit. It doesn't really, it's like, it just kind of gives you like a little bit of definition, but just as like a little something. And then if I want to do like eyeliner, a lot of times I just go in with MAC Costa Riche. It's like a really pretty, super warm brown eyeliner because my eyes have like a little bit of green in them. I don't know if you can really like see, but they have some green in them, and that kind of just like helps bring out the green. We're so close and personal. But yeah, so that's just like my everyday makeup. Oh, and then I just do like a lip balm, you know? Or if I want like a colorful lip, I do this really pretty color from Patrick Ta. It's like a orangey red. It's like, but yeah, that's just like my everyday. I hope that was helpful to some people who just needed to know like basics, especially when you hit like, I feel like in your like late 20s, like early 30s, like sometimes you do have to adjust based off like how your skin is starting to be, like, you know, because your body goes through changes, your skin goes through changes, like you don't have the same skin that you did at like, you know, 16, 17 years old. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want to see. Again, I am consistently inconsistent. I work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job, and then I also do bridal makeup. So my time is limited sometimes. And then I also like to read. So hobbies now. But I had a burst of energy and I was like, let's do this. So anyways, yes, thank you for watching. I'm going to go to Home Goods now, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.